Today is a great, wonderful, amazing, incredible day, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a Sweden day. Helsingborg, the real Sweden. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go. Ooh, that's a lovely building. I wonder what this person meant by the real Sweden. Where is Helsingborg? Borg. I'm gonna have a look. Bear with me a second. I'm gonna check on my phone where it is on Google Maps. You can edit this bit out. Helsingborg. Borg. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting that it said it's the real Sweden, because if I look on my phone, Helsingborg is, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's by Denmark. It's like across the water from Denmark. I feel like the rest of Sweden would beg to differ. They probably would say that Helsingborg is more Danish. I don't know. Let's see though. It looks beautiful. I think it's somewhere I should go. The real Sweden.
Welcome to Helsingborg, Sweden, not to be confused with Helsingborg, Denmark, just minutes away across the strait.
Wait, hold up. There's somewhere that's named the same across the water. You can even see Denmark in the distance. Is it really Sweden or is it Denmark? No, I'm joking, guys. Let's have a look. Helsingborg. And then there's Helsingborg, which is Sweden. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's continue.
I'm an American journalist and I've been coming here for years and I'd love to show you around. Let's take a quick look at Helsingborg and then go explore all that this region has to offer.
Right.
One of Sweden's oldest cities,
beautiful.
Helsingborg was settled nearly 1,000 years ago. Though I love the history, it's the active lifestyle and accessibility that brought me here. From the beautiful North Harbor with its charming waterfront, to the Nordqvist Cultural Center designed by famed architect Kim Udsen, to the 14th century St. Mary's Church, Helsingborg offers a lot in a small space. You can shop for international and brand names on Sweden's oldest shopping street, and that's just steps away from the North Harbor. At the end of the shopping street is Helsingborg's centuries-old medieval fortress.
Wow. I'm going to see that. I want to see that. There's so many places to see in Sweden. I'm only just realizing there's a lot, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it in one trip. I need to prioritize which ones I go to, because Gothenburg's on the list now. So obviously Stockholm, but then I'm thinking Jönköping, or and then there's Malmö. And now I'm looking at Helsingborg like, maybe I should be going there too. I think that's too many places to go. Sweden's a big country. Like, I don't know how easy it is to get around, but I'm just a bit like, I keep discovering new places. I'm going to do a poll. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Next year, because that's realistically when I'm coming, I am going to do a poll of which cities I should visit, in your opinion, and the one that wins is the one I'm going to. Well, not just one, like the top. Maybe I'll pick 4 cities, and you guys can let me know.
Shannon. Walk up to the top where the views are breathtaking. On clear days, you can see as far as Copenhagen, and you can always see beautiful Helsingborg down below.
Wow.
Just 3 miles north of Helsingborg is a palace with a special story. Welcome to Sophia Row. My host here is Annika Malmgren. She's the manager of the palace and its beautiful gardens, and she's volunteered to show me around. Sophia Rowe was named Europe's most beautiful garden in 2010, thanks to the more than 500 varieties of rhododendrons and abundant roses and dahlia. Sophia.
I miss fresh country and grass and flowers and fresh air. I can smell the air from here. I'm currently in Bangkok, which is a very polluted place. There's a lot of greenery, but there's so much pollution that the trees and the parks, it just counteracts it. So I'm definitely missing, because I'm from a very green area of Britain, and I miss this. I miss walking in a nice park.
Sophia Rowe also hosts garden festivals and outdoor summer concerts during the spring, summer, and fall.
House.
In 1864, Sweden's Crown Prince Oscar purchased land here to build a summer castle for his wife Sophie. Sophia Rowe looks across to Hamlet's Castle in Denmark.
So now we're in the King's former dining room, and this is an award-winning restaurant. In fact, it's won many awards. And we're about to enjoy some food produced with local ingredients from the Northwest Skåne region. So, bon appetit.
Ooh, very fancy. I bet it's a pretty penny. I bet it's expensive. But then I know that's good. Is that pork? It looks like pork. I don't know what these wafer thin things are, but I don't know. It just looks good.
Appetit.
This part of Sweden is known for its farms and rich culinary heritage, and having lunch at Sophia Rowe was the perfect way to end a few hours in this beautiful park and palace.
I'm in Fredriksdal. This is an open-air museum, and basically you'd come here to see and to experience how life has been lived in Sweden throughout the centuries. We're going to go inside and meet our host Charlotta, who's going to treat us to a traditional Swedish fika and to tell us stories about superstitions and how herbs played a role.
I love this.
I
really love like old stately homes and palaces. I mean, I've seen quite a lot of them in Britain, but do you know what it is? There's nothing like an old European stately home or palace, or somewhere that's really historically like rich in history. What you find in America, probably for him, is that there isn't anything that old, and it's just fascinating to walk around and be like, wow. There's probably like a very wealthy person walking around here, a very wealthy person at the time. Probably done a lot of bad things, probably exploited a lot of people. Slavery was around in those times, but I just really like history, and I just really enjoy walking around these homes and gardens, and we have a lot of these in the UK, and I would love to see some in Sweden as well.
Only a few minutes from Helsingborg's North Harbour, Fredriksdal allows you to see a variety of landscapes in South Sweden and to learn more about the region's kitchen gardens.
And we have this basilica.
Okay, so that's basil. How is that used?
Yeah, well, you have the girl now. It's 1850, and she's so happy with this man, and she wants to keep him. Every day before he goes to the fields, she takes the basilica and she put it in his clogs, and he will always come back. And who say it might work even today?
It's a bit of sorcery there, a bit of pagan rituals, magic, shall we say? Putting basil in the guy's shoe, making sure he comes back. It's like a love potion, isn't
it? Charlotta and I continued our stroll. Fredriksdal is actually larger than Stockholm's well-known Skansen. It was a gorgeous September day, and we found a lovely table along a path in the woods where we sat down for coffee and Swedish cinnamon buns called kanelbulle.
Kanelbulle. I will have the cinnamon buns. I just know your cinnamon buns are going to taste like heaven. Mate, honestly, I'm going to film all of it. Like, you're going to see my first time reaction. I'm going to be like a little kid when I go to Sweden. I'm going to be so excited. Like, it's going to be quite annoying to watch because I'm going to be very excited for everything because you guys are there as well. Is that weird? I think it's not just like discovering Sweden and just like enjoying the culture and learning new things, but also like you guys were being so lovely and so kind, and like I really appreciate everyone on this channel, like everyone who watches this channel, everyone that comments. I really do. I do read your comments. I know I don't always reply, but I do read them. I love you guys, right? I just love the fact that you watch this and you enjoy me learning about your culture. And when I go there, like, yeah, I just can't wait. I'm definitely I will document every bit of it, and it's gonna be really good. So yeah, thank you for watching.
The Swedes call this tradition fika, and it's certainly something you'll want to experience. It's basically taking time to appreciate life with others. Our next stop was the Old Town Quarters. Historic buildings were brought here from Helsingborg city center for preservation. It's like a stroll along Nostalgia Lane.
Could I ask, what is it you love about working at this place?
Oh, wow, it's a lot of things. It's pretty all year round. The nature is fantastic, and the culture is interesting. There's always some story you can tell. Yeah. And I keep learning new things. That's most important.
Well, thanks, Charlotte, for showing me Fredrikstad.
You're welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
In the 1890s, tourists thronged to the Grand Hotel in Mula for a simple reason. Men and women could swim together on a common beach. Mula is the birthplace of Swedish sin. Our reason for coming here, though, was to experience Kullaberg, a nature reserve. Kullaberg is an outdoor playground with one of the best golf courses and with the best views in all of Sweden.
Do you play golf? I've never, apart from, I've played crazy golf. I've never played actual golf before. Let me know if you are a golfer.
The expansive peninsula, characterized by its rugged coast, offers trails for hiking and for mountain biking. Described as a
One thing I do love is mountain biking. I love biking in general. I've always loved biking. Yeah. That's another thing I'm looking forward to, especially that part, like Western Europe, apart from England. Apart from England, is very good for bike paths, even in the city. UK is good, but just outside the city. In the city, there's just not enough. There's not enough bicycles. There's not enough people on bicycles. But I feel like in other parts of Europe, like it's pushed, and I think that's a really good thing.
Compact New Zealand, Kullaberg also offers a variety of water sports, including the extremely popular porpoise safaris. From Kullaberg, we headed to the Beara Peninsula toward Båstad, stopping at the charming fishing village and now a popular resort town, Torekov. We also stopped at home.
I know he's pronouncing all of these names incorrectly. I really appreciate this video. The only thing that annoys me is that he's American. Not that I don't like Americans, but when they pronounce things, it's just, I know it's just incorrect. And it just, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather like a European pronounce it. Any European from any other country, it still sounds better than how Americans
at Hovshala, another nature reserve where the famous Swedish director Ingmar Bergman shot parts of his film The Seventh Seal. We had a fika at Plakorna Lundgren, where one of Sweden's former kings enjoyed the vanilla hearts cake, and so did we. And then we headed to a special farmhouse where an opera singer once lived.
She once told an interviewer that she began to sing before she could walk. She grew up in this farmhouse in this beautiful countryside. And I'm talking about Birgit Nilsson, a farm girl who went on to become one of the world's most famous sopranos.
Wow.
This spot is now a museum and also her old home. Let's go inside to meet her niece and to learn more about this fascinating lady.
Wow.
Birgit Nilsson was a dramatic sopranist who performed operatic.
She looks fabulous. You know, someone that just looks like a powerful presence. And it's the stance that she has. Yes. Her voice is incredible as well. Very powerful.
In symphonic works, her voice was noted for its overwhelming force and its bountiful reserves of power. she was particularly gifted at hitting the high notes.
So Birgit was capable of hitting such high notes that she sometimes broke things.
Yes, she did. There's a remarkable story about how she cracked the windows in a church in Sweden when she sang. But it's not the only thing she cracked.
Wait, is that true? I feel like it's that's a superstition, right? You can't crack things with your voice, or can you? Am I gullible for thinking maybe you can with like a certain frequency? Surely she didn't. I think that was a superstition. Let me know.
Once she sang in Tehran, and she had bought some beautiful earrings, and at the concert that evening when she sang, she cracked one of them, and it was her voice that made it crack.
Wow.
The farmhouse where Birgit Nilsson grew up and loved to return to all of her life is next door to the museum. We went inside to see it just as Birgit had left it when she died on Christmas Day in 2005 at the age of 87.
2005.
Even if you've never heard of Birgit Nilsson, this is a place that you can appreciate. It's not often that you come to a museum where you can learn about a person's professional career and then walk next door to the farmhouse where they grew up. Birgit Nilsson was a simple farm girl who went on to international acclaim. But this is the place that she loved coming back to and spending time, and I know that you will too.
Our next stop was Bostad, one of Sweden's most beautiful towns, with its iconic bathhouse at Hotel Skansen and its nearly always blue skies. Bostad is known for its gorgeous coastline, as well as the Swedish Open tennis tournament, attracting great players like Serena Williams since 1948. I walked the town.
Do you know what I love about Sweden? It just looks so relaxing. I know it's not like that everywhere, but I just feel like you've got a lot of sleepy towns and like a lot of like nice, quaint little villages, and like it just looks really nice. I like it.
The town's lovely streets to find another tradition that Bostad is known for, and that is
So pretty.
weaving.
Look how pretty it is.
Today I want to tell you about a remarkable woman. Her name was Märta Sätherström, and she wanted her art to be appreciated on floors. I'm here in Bostad, in one of Northern Europe's most important weaveries. Let's go see what it's all about.
Works of art have been produced here since 1919. Today, the rugs and woven textiles are produced on specially built looms, and all by hand using designs and instructions that have been passed down from generation to generation. It's part museum and part shop, with wonderful displays of color.
In addition to the classical carpets, there are also contemporary carpets. This one on my right, for example, this is the audio waveforms of a trout transferred into the fabric of a carpet. And on my left, well, this is the audio waveforms of a satellite landing on a planet. There's a saying here that these carpets are not expensive, but they do cost a lot. Now, this particular design is owned by Steven Spielberg, and guess where he has it? On his bathroom floor. That would have made Märta Sätherström very proud.
From beautiful palaces and sprawling gardens to nature reserves perfect for soft adventure, to open-air museums that present the best of Sweden's storied traditions and sites that celebrate her gifted performers and artists, Northwest Skåne has a lot to offer, and it's all easily accessible from one of the most charming towns in all of Sweden, Helsingborg, a beautiful seaside town just an hour from Copenhagen at the narrowest part of the strait that separates Sweden from Denmark.
We've only been...
This is the narrowest, so it's the closest to Denmark. So do they have a Danish ish accent? If you're from Helsingborg, let me know in the comment section how Swedish you feel, because he says it's the real Sweden. How Swedish do you feel? Do you feel even a little bit Danish? Not Danish, but like, do you feel, you know, when you speak to a Danish person, so I'm guessing you get a lot of Danish people coming across, do you understand their accent more than maybe a Swede from further north? Let me know in the comment section.
only been able to show you a little of all that you can do when you visit this region in the south of Sweden. Make sure that your next cruise ship visit calls on Helsingborg, Sweden. I'm Ralph Grizzle, and I'll see you next time.
He's so American. This is a really well done video. It's just everything about it is so American. But Helsingborg, oh, it looks so beautiful. I just feel like I have to. If I'm gonna go to Copenhagen, then I feel like I should really visit. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you very soon.